The Marketing Funnel Strategy Show. More leads. More sales. More predictability.
Introducing Jared Hyman, sales and marketing expert. Introducing Serena Carly, marketing and outsourcing expert.
Hey there everyone, welcome to the Marketing Funnels and Strategy Show for the last day of January, 31st of the 1st, 2022. Super excited for today's episode. You guys know the deal. Today we are going to be talking about what could one switch up in your sales process be worth. And you guys know the deal with these shows as well. We're at you 2 times per week. And we are here completely free. We don't charge anything for this. And I give you guys strategies, give you guys systems, give you guys ways to be able to make more sales online and don't charge a thing. All we ask is that if we add some value to you in some way, shape, or form, is that all you do is just either share the show onto your pages, share it with somebody you feel might need to hear this message today. Now, multiple conversations with clients and with potential clients just recently as well around specifically, if your sales process that you're doing right now could be switched up in some way, shape, or form, what could that be worth to you potentially in additional sales? I find so many people when they're first getting in touch with us as well, and we sort of go through that sales process, it's not very specific. And, a large percentage of the time, a lot of people find themselves quoting up prices only to go absolutely nowhere and find themselves just spending a heap of time just sending proposals to people, heap of time basically just sending details to people via email, maybe just, shooting details via message, really being what industries that I've worked in previously just call order takers. Sales is a transfer of value from one person to the next, and that trade of value is in a monetary form. There's no other trades there's perceived value, right? Which a lot of people get mixed up between perceived value and physical value, and really even online in a lot of videos that people will basically be teaching you things, really all it is just perceived value until it's actually physically used, and then it turns into a transfer of value. So transferring of value is where it's at. And if you're looking at business to business or business to consumer and your business is trading value, that's essentially what's being done. It's the transfer of value from one person to the next in terms of a service or a product. So really it comes down to, how do you get someone to transfer value across to your business to make your business more valuable to a specific person? And, depending on your business as well, how you're taking inquiries at the moment. So you might get inquiries from referral. You might get inquiries from website traffic. You might get inquiries from a Facebook page or an Instagram page. You might get transfer of value or inquiry through a funnel, right? Someone might be filling in an application. Someone might be booking a time with your business, etc. So really, you got to ask the question then is, what can I do with my current level of traffic right now to be able to increase the amount of sales coming through from my business every single day, week, and every single month? And I've narrowed it down to a couple of things. If you are right now running a lot of your traffic through messages, or you're running a lot of it through website inquiries, or you're running it a lot through email marketing, and you're sending information from one person being your business through to somebody that's made an inquiry, and you're either sending it all straight through via email, or you're sending it all straight through message, the quickest and best way to be able to increase your sales is to bring a person in to be able to have a conversation with somebody. You'll see immediately an increase of 30% in the amount of new clients coming through or the amount of upsells coming through as a result of just having that conversation there and being able to just at least have that one point of it. Depends on your product. If you're selling a product sort of $500 or less, just having a very simple conversation for about 25 minutes max will give you at least a 40% close ratio to 50% should you be structured correctly. If you're selling higher priced items, it would be implementing, and I'm talking higher prices in like it's $1,000, $1,500 and up, right? Or even between that 500 to 1,000 point, even below 1,000 can just be that 25, 30-minute conversation. Above 1,000 is literally where you would be having 2 steps added into it. One is a qualifying conversation to kind of, I guess, set some precedents, get a bit of an understanding if you can help somebody or not. And that's a very simple conversation where you would have asking about their situation, asking what they do, around your product and service, questions that your service needs to know about, their situation, their goals, that type of stuff, feeding them through to a personalized plan conversation, which we like to call a scale session or a planning session, whatever you guys want to call it. Some people call them discovery sessions as well. And basically on those sessions, going through what I would say is sort of 5 main steps. The first one being setting the tone. The second one being, why does somebody decided to come to you? The third one being, what is the goals? The fourth one being, what's the problem? So you can understand the goal, the problem. The fifth one is the pitch. And I'd add a last point to it as well, which is the closing conversation. So I found myself a lot this past week implementing with clients sales processes around those 5 specific points and very, very specific questions to ask, which is a large percentage of step 2, 3, and 4 is all question based. Step 5 and step 6, which I mentioned, is literally you talking and giving the exacts around what's going to happen. And more importantly as well, as a business owner, is knowing your capacity as to what you can physically do, which also gives a little bit of scarcity around your product as well, okay? Us at Business Warriors, we've realized our capacity is 10 that we can work with at a time. As it sits right now, we've actually only got 3 people we can actually work with full-time right now as well. But we know this in terms of our capacity because we have worked out what that is as well, right? Which is really important to have into your sales process as well. Knowing what your capacity is to be able to serve a specific type of clientele, and that's without having to hire any more people to be able to come in at the moment. These types of things as well, very important to understand. So, guys, I can tell you this right now. If you are just doing emailing people details about your business and you are messaging people details about your business and all that type of stuff at the moment, slight switch up that you can do today to increase sales by 30% is to just add a very short 5-minute conversation going through the 5 points that I just spoke to you about there before, which in the real scheme of things is set the tone, control the call. Second one is, why does someone decide to come to you? The next one is, what is your goals? The next one, what is the problem that someone or the challenge that stops someone from being able to achieve what it is that they want to achieve today, and what stopped them from doing it by themselves. The last one is the physical pitch itself and close, basically money, payment, that type of stuff from there. Really important to understand that process inside and out, have it in a scripted form as well, because scripted forms is something that can create like a duplicatable process, so that when you pass it across to a salesperson eventually, that you know exactly what it is that must be gone through to be able to do that. And when you've tested it yourself, you've gone through the process, you can basically pass it across to someone. They can just do it all themselves. Okay, pretty straightforward, pretty simple. So that's the key to be able to understand. A slight switch up in sales can be a result of you potentially getting an extra deal a month, an extra 2 deals a month. So you got to kind of understand, like, what is the average order value of a particular client of yours at the moment? And, the order value might be $2,000 or $1,000. An extra one of them is worth $1,000. An extra two is worth $2,000. An extra three is worth $3,000. So you got to kind of really wrap these ones up for you as well as to what that's worth. I know that if you go from messages and emails to a structured conversation, you will pretty much immediately increase your sales by up to 30%. And that's completely on cold traffic, people that don't know who you are, etc. If you're selling a higher priced product, you got to kind of switch things up slightly differently, where you add a 2-step process on the back of the emails, the text messages, or the Facebook messages, whatever it is that you're doing right now. Adding that 2-step process can make a huge deal in the end result for your business, with a couple of caveats as well around that. There's got to be within 24 hours you book in those conversations that have gone from qualifying to discovery or planning session, whatever it is that you guys currently do with that. If you can have those as quickly and as close between each other as possible, it's really, really important to be able to do that. So that's my thoughts for today, guys. Like, sales is about structure. It's about personalization. If you can have that element of personalization around that process, it will blow up your sales. It will really help you over the next 12 months, potentially even get to a point where you double, if not triple your sales, depending on revenue values that you're at right now. Slight switch ups can be worth so much to a business that already has existing traffic right now. So, guys, if you want to get some very, very different results in sales, these are the things that you got to be thinking about. These are the things that you got to be doing, right? Because like I keep saying, there's actually over 30 different ways to generate leads. Once you get that traffic and you get that inquiry, then it's about basically sales. How do you switch up the sales process to get a very different result? What do you do? How do you do things? And a lot of it's speed to inquiry, and then it's speed to session where you can have a sales conversation as well. Speed to inquiry, speed to sales conversation, so that you can really start ramping things up. Once things go to days, right, it gets colder and colder and colder, and you'll find that you get further and further away from being able to get the sales results you want. So if you're looking at 2022 being the biggest year that you've ever had revenue-wise, you've got to understand speed to inquiry, speed to sales conversation. So if there is little bits in between getting to the physical sales conversation, that's got to be reduced as quickly as possible to be able to get to the result. So, guys, if you want a bit of a tweak up in your sales process, jaredharman.com/appointment, jaredharman.com/appointment, book in a time. Let's have a conversation to see what it is that can be switched up. It costs nothing to be able to book that time. I'll give you at least 2 to 3 different things that can be switched up today to help you increase that as well. And I know that if you start working with us, you will get a massive increase in sales as well. The average client closes at 44% with us. Okay. So if you are looking for a switch up in the sales process, that's something I've been doing for 14 years. So you definitely do want to leverage off that as well. Me and my team can definitely help you make that happen. And if you're looking for traffic, there's 30 different ways that we can help you generate leads, and you can get it this month. So if you want to have a conversation, go to jaredharman.com/appointment. That's it for the Scales Show for today. Just remember, if you do not fight for your own freedom, absolutely nobody else will. So every single day you must get out there. Every single day you must take action. Every single day you must make it happen. Remember to be the warrior. I will see you guys next week. Or I'll see you on Friday, 1 p.m. Perth time, 3 p.m. Queensland, 4 p.m. New South Wales and Victoria, and 6 p.m. New Zealand. Speak to you all then. Cheers.